Hi, good morning. Somehow I find myself in front of a camera on a Saturday morning recalling my AFL tips. This has been a bizarre year. Well, anyway, I guess I'm here now in front of the camera, so I guess I'm going to be telling you my tips. So, to start off, on the Saturday afternoon, don't ask me when the last time around started on Saturday, it was probably back in the 1980s. But anyway, Port Adelaide and Richmond face off at Adelaide Oval. The one in Adelaide, not the one in Victoria. Yeah, I'm tipping Richmond because here's the thing. They were very impressive against Brisbane on Tuesday. They were very impressive against the Dogs earlier. Port Adelaide, they've been good this year. They're on top. But I'm still not entirely convinced about the power. I still feel like they're that flat track bully side. And they came up... You saw when they came up against top four opponents, Brisbane, St Kilda, they didn't do all that well. I think this is going to be another case. They play Richmond when they're in such great form, and I can just see Richmond winning. And besides, even though it's at Adelaide Oval, it's never really fazed Richmond, them playing away. They've won in 2017 and 2019. So I think we're going to be seeing Richmond win. Later on the Saturday night is Brisbane and the Bulldogs at the Gabba. You gotta go Brisbane. It's at the Gabba. They were disappointing and shockingly inaccurate against Richmond on Tuesday, but so are the Bulldogs. And look, I'm not sold about the Bulldogs. I mean, apart from that massive win against Essendon, what they've lost to what's their names? Richmond. Then they lost to Port Adelaide. And their win against Gold Coast was far from convincing. Brisbane, I'll put it as an off day against an informed opponent. I think back at the Gabba, they haven't played there since round 5. I think Brisbane will get the chocolates. On Sunday afternoon, we head to Optus Stadium where West Coast play Carlton. Now, I'm going to be tipping the Eagles for now because, well, they're the most informed team in the competition. They're a scary good side at their best, and that crowd should push them on. Carlton, they've been kind of disappointing. They had that massive win against the Dogs, but since then they've kind of been on a slide a little bit, and that game against Hawthorn, yeah, just proved it. They keep blowing big leads. But I might change my tip to Carlton. Why? Because WA is going to get a massive thunderstorm on Sunday. And the Eagles play rubbish in rain. I've supported them for 10 years, and I know. I've watched every game that they've played. Every time they play in the rain, they lose. Okay? Now, it's at 1 o'clock, the game. Hopefully, the rain doesn't come till 4. That's what they're saying. It will come later on in the evening. Hopefully, that's the case. But if it comes earlier, then I'm changing my tip to Collingwood. Because the Eagles, they cannot play in the rain. Later on the Sunday night is Melbourne and North Melbourne at Adelaide Oval. You got to go Melbourne because when they want to turn up, they play very well. They absolutely thrashed Adelaide. They absolutely thrashed Hawthorn. They had a good game against Gold Coast. Now, you see that the common thing is that they're all bottom 6 teams, okay? North Melbourne also in the bottom 6. This is another game where Melbourne can go on a thrashing, okay? North Melbourne, they beat Adelaide, and then what happened? They lost to Geelong. They got thrashed by Geelong, who weren't exactly in a good space either. So, look, I think Melbourne, when they want to play, they can play, all right? And, yeah, I think Melbourne will thrash the Roos. On a Monday night at the Gabba, St Kilda and Geelong, it's the best attack in the competition versus the best defence. I think the best defence is going to stall the best attack because that's how the AFL has been played in the last 20 years. It's all been about defence. Look, St Kilda, they've been playing exciting footy, but they come up against Geelong, who are probably the stingiest team in the comp. And I think Geelong will be able to grind out an ugly victory. Also on Monday nights at Optus Stadium, Fremantle Hawthorn. The rain will continue to pound. At this point, we will definitely know that it's just going to be rain, rain, rain. It's just going to keep raining. It's going to be heavy rain. Let's look at that corresponding game 2 weeks ago, Fremantle v Geelong. What happened? Freo scored 2 goals, none in the first half, and Geelong thrashed them by about 40 points in a 6-2 thrashing. Well, goal-wise anyway. I think the same will happen on Monday night. Hawthorn are going to thrash Fremantle by a very similar scoreline. It'll probably be about 10-40 maybe. It's going to be a very low-scoring drop. But I think Hawthorn, given that they're a wet weather team, and Fremantle, they were very shocking in this corresponding game 2 weeks ago. I'm tipping Hawthorn for rain reasons. Tuesday night at Adelaide Oval, Adelaide and Collingwood. Look, Collingwood have been pretty disappointing. They lost the Eagles. They lost the Fremantle, who had been quite disappointing up until that point. Yeah, look, I want to tip Adelaide, but they don't Look, I want Adelaide to win a game. I just want them to win one game, just get 4 points, alright? Because I don't like seeing teams go winless, okay? It's another game which they can win, given the form Collingwood are in. Because they weren't all that impressive against Sydney either. But the golden rule is not to tip Adelaide, so I'm tipping Collingwood, okay? Even though I have a feeling Adelaide, I say this every week, they might get a win, I don't know. To be honest, I think it's more I'm hoping Adelaide win than rather than I'm thinking they win. But I'm tipping Collingwood because the golden rule, don't tip Adelaide. And lastly, on Wednesday night, Essendon versus Gold Coast. Look, both teams started off the season very well. Both teams have been disappointing in the last few rounds, but it seems like Gold Coast aren't going to be winning anytime soon. Look, they're playing well, but they're losing by bare margins. They lost to the Bulldogs by 5 points, to Gold Coast by 4, and now they're going to have their hearts ripped out again by Essendon in a 2-point game. Look, Essendon haven't exactly been all that impressive, but Gold Coast, it's Gold Coast we're talking about here. They're prone to fade-outs, so I just can't trust the Suns. I can't really trust the Bombers, but I can trust them better than I can trust the Suns. So that's why I'll be tipping the Bombers. So to recap my tips in this rather bizarre round, I am tipping Richmond, Brisbane, West Coast, Melbourne, Geelong, Hawthorn, Collingwood, and Essendon. I hope you liked the video. Please like, please subscribe, comment who you think will win down below, and check out some of my other videos, and I will see you, in 5 days. Meanwhile, I'm just going to go back to bed and drink my coffee. Goodbye.